Yo, this is Jay from Straight Smoke Game. Again, in today's video, we're bringing you another Madden Builds Us a Parlay. As you guys know, we made this video last week, and it did not go too well, as you can see there. The over hit on it. We had the under. T.J. Hawkinson didn't do his yards. Vikings did win, though, so we're down $10 to start the year. Not a big deal. A lot of football left. And with tonight, we have two games. That means two parlays. As you can see down there in the top right, or the top right corner, it's going to have our rolling total as to how much we won, how much we lost. So right now with one that didn't hit, we're at minus $10. Not a big deal. Like I was saying, a lot of football, a lot of games to still make money back on, and I'm hoping tonight is it. So we have two games, like I was saying. First one is going to be the Texans at the Buccaneers. So let's go ahead and sim and see how that game goes. So first off, 19-14 win for the Bucs. Both teams are good. I'm expecting this to be a good close game like it was. But let's go ahead and take a look at some player stats to see if we can come up with anything else to add to the parlay. C.J. Stroud throws for 164 yards, 71 completion percentage, so that's good. But he does only have one touchdown and two picks. So the two picks suck. Obviously, you would like your star quarterback to have more touchdowns and more yards. So not the best game from C.J. Stroud. I would not be okay with that if I was a Texans fan. Next up, Baker Mayfield, 155 yards, a 72 completion percentage, which is good. One touchdown, no interceptions. Can't complain too much because he didn't turn the ball over. He did get in the end zone once, but obviously you could sit here and say you want more yards, you want more touchdowns. I wouldn't fault you there. So not a bad game from Baker Mayfield, but I definitely wouldn't say it was a really good one. Rushing-wise, Bucky Irving, 12 attempts for 15 yards, no touchdowns, no fumbles. He only averages 1.2 yards a carry. Rough game for Bucky Irving. He is their star back. You're expecting him to have a much better game than that. Nick Chubb doesn't really have a good game either. 8 attempts for 25 yards, averages 3.1 yards a carry, no touchdowns. Dara Wumba gets 18 yards and a touchdown. Rashad White, 16 yards. C.J. Stroud, 11. Dameon Pierce 6 and Baker Mayfield 7. So the run game, really no one was effective. No one went over 30 rushing yards. So definitely looks like both defenses stopped the run pretty well. Taking a look at receiving, Jaden Higgins, the rookie, is the leading receiver with 5 receptions for 47 yards and no touchdown. Interesting here because, Nico Collins is also on the Texans. So I was expecting Nico Collins to be the better numbers. 4 receptions, 50 yards, so he does have more yards. No end zone score, though, so nothing really too special from Higgins or Collins here. Fantasy-wise, if you had Mike Evans, I think you'd be okay with this game. Only 4 receptions, only 56 yards, but he does get into he does get the touchdowns. That saves his day, so I'd be okay with that. Cade Otton, 3 receptions for 22 yards and no touchdown. Like I said in the last one, Chris Godwin, not sure why he's in here because he's hurt. He shouldn't be getting any reps, but he gets 3 receptions for 16 yards. So those got to go somewhere else. Mecca Buka, 3 receptions for 28 yards. Christian Kirk also hurt. Not sure why he's in here. 3 receptions for 36 yards. Shaw White, 18 yards. Nick Chubb, 13. Dalton Schultz, 18, and Bucky Irving, I believe that said another 18, somewhere around there. So nothing too special in the rushing or receiving game for anyone on this team. Definitely looks to be a defensive battle. So interesting, but let's go ahead and see what we can put together. So what I came up with was Bucks money line. I like that anyway. I think they're going to win. I think Mike Evans is going to have 50 receiving yards. He is their top guy. He's going to get his chances. And then Cade Otton over 20 yards. So this one is $10 to win $36.56. Nothing too special. Everything was kind of not, except I think the Bucks were the underdogs. I think they had the Texans as the favorite, but these other two, they were heavy favorites, so not too high of a payout. But I like our odds on this. I think that's a good way to get us started. Hopefully, once we hit the first one, it'll keep going. So on to our next one. We have a division rivalry with the Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers. Both teams that made a lot of improvements this offseason. Should be a good game. The Raiders won their first game. I believe the Chargers won their first game as well. So should be a good game. Looking forward to this one. This would be the game that I actually get to watch because I have to work. So I'm going to miss the first one. But I got high hopes for this game. I got high hopes for our parlay. Let's go ahead and see how the game goes. So, close game, just like the last one. 14-10 win for the Raiders. Raiders are home. They should win. If you're a Raiders fan, this is a game you need to win because if you go roster by roster, the Chargers probably have the better roster. So this is a game you need to win at home. Geno Smith, pretty good game. 192 yards, completes 92% of his passes. Can't complain about that at all. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. I'm okay with that interception. I can live with that as long as you get 2 end zone scores and if you're completing 92% of your passes. Justin Herbert, 177 yards, 84 completion percentage, so that's still good. Not as good as Geno, though. No touchdown, does throw 1 pick. So I would say both quarterbacks, they had good games because I think both of these teams want to be run-heavy teams. I think the Chargers are a run-heavy team. I think the Raiders will be. I just think they need to slowly work Gentry in. So as a run-heavy team, if my quarterbacks put up those numbers, I'd be okay with that. But for being honest with you, as long as I got the win, I'd be okay with that too. On to the rushing attack. Surprisingly here, Najee Harris is the lead guy. He barely played it all last week, but he got 89 yards on 19 attempts and no touchdown. So that's a little bit of a shock. Amarion Hampton, he's the lead back. I would imagine he would have those numbers, not Harris. Ashton Gentry, 11 attempts, 47 yards, no touchdown. Him and Najee both averaged over 4 yards a carry. So those are good numbers. I can live with that. Obviously, with a run-heavy team, you'd want your running backs to preferably hit about 100 rushing yards, but average 4 yards a carry, they did their job. Justin Herbert, 28 yards and a touchdown score. I think he says he had 5 attempts. He's not really known to run, so with a non-mobile quarterback, I'll take what I can get. Same thing with Geno Smith there. Non-mobile quarterback, so 2 attempts for 8 yards. Sounds good to me. I'll take that. Amarion Hampton, really surprising. Pretty much irrelevant. Only 2 attempts for 3 yards. Amarion Hampton, he's normally better than that. At least from what I've seen last week, he can get more than 2 attempts. Troy Myers somehow got an attempt for 6 yards. Nothing too special there. Receiving-wise, you got Keenan Allen at 5 receptions for 66 yards and no touchdown. Quentin Johnston had a really good week 1 with 4 receptions for 39 yards and no touchdown. So definitely see a little bit of a drop-off there from Quentin Johnston from week 1 to week 2. Still not bad, though. I mean, he's probably your 3, if you're being honest. So I would take that for my 3. Jacoby Myers, 4 attempts, receptions, 24 yards, and a touchdown score. The touchdown score really does save his day. He's listed as the 1, but we all know that Brock Bowers is the 1. Interestingly enough, Michael Mayer is higher up on the stats than Bowers. 3 receptions for 42 yards. Bowers had 3 receptions for 26 yards. Not sure if I believe that. Bowers is definitely going to have better numbers than Michael Mayer as long as he's healthy and plays the entire game. Will Dissly, kind of the forgotten about man, 3 receptions for 38 yards. It is what it is. Will Dissly's not one of the main guys in that Chargers offense. Lad McConkey, the wide receiver 1, you're looking for him to have a much better game than that. Only 2 receptions for 23 yards and no touchdown. So, like I was saying, if a Chargers fan, you're definitely going to want a better game than that. If the Raiders can shut him down to that, I would not be surprised if they did end up winning. Amarion Hampton, 2 receptions for 11 yards. Dante Thornton Jr., one of my more favorite rookies in this draft class, 11 yards on 1 reception, no touchdown. Once he gets worked in, I think he will be a really good piece for the Raiders. You got Ashton Gentry down there with 1 reception for 89 yards and a touchdown score. So what I was able to come up with, we got the Las Vegas Raiders money line, which that one, they were pretty heavy underdogs, so that'll be interesting. Keenan Allen to go over 42.5 receiving yards, and Geno Smith to throw 2 or more passing touchdowns. I like this. I think if the Raiders are going to win, they're going to have to pass the ball and pass the ball good. I think Keenan Allen is going to get involved, and I do think there is a chance that the Raiders win. So $10 to win 57-24 sounds good to me. That's all we got. So if you enjoyed, please remember to like and sub for more Madden and NFL content, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.